So the media took it upon themselves on Joy FM's entertainment show led by Kwame Dadzi to break down Shatta Street Crown off the Voice of the Crown EP. There have been some revelations which have sparked conversations on social media. Almost everyone has no idea about how Shatta or where Shatta got these deep relating lyrics of the Street Crown from. This is straight from the Bible. Shatta's Street Crown stands out as the best song of the year 2025. Most netizens suggesting if he was to be part of TGMA, he would have won Songwriter of the Year at the upcoming awards. Let's make time to watch the second segment of the Street Crown breakdown lectures on Joy FM.
And Kwame, sometimes, right, when you hear certain words, something strikes you that no, I've heard these things somewhere. It is what sometimes you would call deja vu. So not necessarily that, but something like deja vu. I've heard this word somewhere used together. So I said to myself, where would I have seen dust rises, kings, throne, rope? Is it in a Macbeth? Is it in a Shakespeare play or something? Kwame, it is biblical. So in my research, I found out that it is biblical. And I said to myself, okay, if it is biblical, who in the Bible will be crowning kings? A rope and all that. So it is in 1 Samuel 2:8.
Wow.
It is,
wow.
He's lifting, yes, he's lifting it from 1 Samuel 2:8. And I'll say this because you see, if you read the Bible, right, those words, like I said, those words will come to you that no, I have seen these words being used together somewhere. So I said to myself, where would we be using a king, a rope, a crown, dust rises? Is it Shakespeare? No, I think that was Timur. I have seen these words or heard them somewhere. Where would that be? Was it in class? Was it when I was in bed with my wife? She was telling me sweet things. Then I realized it is in the Bible. So, and you know that when it comes to the Bible and crowning of kings, ropes, it is Samuel who did that. It is Samuel who did that. So when you read 1 Samuel 2:8, Kwame, he lifted those words from there. It says this in the New International Version. He raises the poor from the dust and lifts the needy from the ash heap. He seats them with princes and has them inherit a throne of honor. So it is lifting this from 1 Samuel 2:8 and putting it on a song. That is what I'm saying. This is Picasso on a song. This is art in its purest form. So I'm like, why would Shatta Wale do this? Kwame, he's been through a lot. And if you do not appreciate the bandana or from Saul to Paul, bandana to Shatta Wale story, you might not appreciate a lot of the things he's been saying in there. He's not just saying haters, people have gone against him, people have done that, the scars and all that. You need to know his story. Kwame, what are some of the scars? Because so I'm like, why would Shatta Wale do this? Kwame, he's been through a lot. And if you do not appreciate the bandana or from Saul to Paul, bandana to Shatta Wale story, you might not appreciate a lot of the things he's been saying in there. He's not just saying haters, people have gone against him, people have done that, the scars and all that. You need to know his story. Kwame, what are some of the scars? Because we talked about every scar is a badge. When the Shatta Wale story is written 20 years down the line, and for generations, 60, 100 years to read, one of the scars would be that infamous night at the Ghana Music Awards. That is a scar. We continue to remind him of it. We also continue to remind him that scar, that infamous 2019 night at the Ghana Music Awards. We continue to remind him a lot of the things. We don't let it go. Anytime we are talking good things about Shatta Wale, people have to bring in those things to remind us that this is the guy. These are some of the things he did bad. But they are scars because they were bad things. They were worse things. But what does he say? He said every wound will heal. He's healed from the khaki debacle. Kwame, let me tell you this. It would take an artist the caliber of Shatta Wale to have healed from the khaki scar. You know the words he used, they are unprintable. Women will not even have forgiven him. But that wound has healed. He's moved on from some of the bad things, some of the worst things that have happened to him in this industry, and those wounds have healed. Now, he is on a song with arguably one of the greatest female musicians of all time, Beyonce. After we said that, this thing he has said about females, that would be about khaki and females, would be the end of his career. That wound has healed. That wound has healed completely. But that scar would continue to be there because we will never forget it. Anytime the Ghana Music Awards night is talked about, he would be prevalent in there on 2 occasions. So that scar, even though the wound has healed, it will still be there because we will talk about it. So what best can you do? You wear it as a badge and let people know that this scar, the wound has healed from all that. Kwame, when he talked about the grind doesn't stop and it won't stop, climbing from the ground to the rooftop, 2004, who was Bandana in the scheme of things of Ghana music? But Kwame, I'm telling you this, his name will be written in the annals of Ghana music. He's risen from the ground to the top. I'm telling you, there's not much time, but I think that this is Shatta Wale. It has ended. Everything he has done as a musician, it has ended. And the reason a lot of people identify with this song is it tells a story. It tells the struggles of humans. It tells the challenges people go through and how they are able to succumb it and come up with flying colors. And that is the Shatta Wale story. If you don't know about it, he's just telling his story where he has risen from and now being crowned as a king. Kwame, this is Picasso
Great.
on a beat.